Impact events scheduled for WrestleMania Weekend 2019. Welcome back to the ACB Wrestling Talk channel, your main source for wrestling news, topics, discussions, previews, all that kind of good stuff. I am your host, Alexis Carrillo, and this has been rumored for a couple of days, but barely last night, or yesterday I should say, Impact made it official. They are doing an event during WrestleMania Weekend, technically during WrestleMania Weekend, because it's going to be taking place on April 4th, 2019, which lands on a Thursday, but they're going to be teaming up, pairing up with House of Glory to bring us Culture Clash 2019. It's going to air live on Twitch. It's going to take place in New York City, and I did some research on the venue that they're having. It's going to be, you know, it could seat about 4,000 people. Sure, it's not going to be that much. They're probably going to set it up for 1,000 people. That's, you know, what Impact has been normally doing. But as far as, you know, doing this event with House of Glory and trying to book a smaller venue and trying to not book a big show, especially in this weekend, number one, you know, it's consistent with the fact that Impact isn't trying to trick its audience or isn't trying to sell itself in being this big company that attracts thousands and thousands of fans. It's, you know, it's consistent with the fact that they've been booking these venues that seat about 500 or 1,000 or 1,500. So I think on that part, it is smart. But it's also very smart on the fact that this is WrestleMania Weekend. I'm going to have WrestleMania in New York City. I don't remember the amount of fans, amount of capacity for the stadium that they've booked. But obviously it's going to be a hell of a big crowd. And then you got the joint show, the G1 Supercard with Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling, which has apparently already sold out. So it's going to be over 20,000 fans. So you don't really want to put Impact in a position where they have to compete with that. So I think that's smart on their part. And for all those fans from, you know, earlier this year during WrestleMania Weekend who are criticizing the fact that Impact is running an event opposite WrestleMania or during WrestleMania Weekend, during WrestleCon Weekend, all I have to say is Ring of Honor and New Japan are doing the exact same thing with G1 Supercard, and the fact that they sold out Madison Square Garden has a lot to do with WrestleMania being or taking place during that weekend, and not so much to do with the actual product of Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's just my opinion, because you have pretty much 70, 80, almost 100,000 wrestling fans in New York City during that weekend. So it makes sense that they're going to have to go to more than one wrestling show during that weekend. So, you know, that's just me trying to put that to rest. And finally, one last note. We all know how Impact's deal with Pop TV ends in January. There's a lot of doubts on if it could end or if it could get renewed. Interesting thing to mention is that this show takes place on a Thursday on Twitch. Yes, but on a Thursday nonetheless. So it's going to be interesting to see how they promote that, or, you know, what kind of TV deal Impact has come April 4th, 2019. But the big question I want to ask you, want to leave you with, is if you are an Impact fan, will you be attending this show called Culture Clash in 2019 in New York City during WrestleMania Weekend? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions on the comments section below. If you follow wrestling news, topics, discussions, previews, all that kind of good stuff, consider subscribing. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. That's it for me. Till next time.